Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about decimal and we will thoroughly understand the concept of decimals. This topic is under CBSE Std-7 syllabus from the chapter Fraction and Decimal. Earlier in my lessons 1, 2 and 3 we have got an idea about the fractions. So today we are going to learn about decimals, and in your previous classes you have already gone through the basic concept of the decimals, that what are the decimals and what all are the simple operations of decimals. You have already seen the expanded form and combined form of decimals and so on. So let us now recall all those concepts and study some of the new concepts. So first of all, what all are the decimals? So whole numbers when they are having, for example 5, when they are having in the denominator tens, when they are having into the denominator 100, when they are having into the denominator 1000 and so on. So these fractions we can convert it into decimal and we can write them into decimals. So how? So 5 is, we are going to write here 0.5. Then 5 in denominator 100 we are going to write like 0.05, and if 5 in denominator 1000 is there, then we can write here 0.005. So let us understand that when 10 is there it is 0.5, when 100 is there it is 0.05, and why there is a change in their decimal points. This is known as decimal point. So how to put that decimal point, that we will understand first. So our first number is 25 in division with 10. So when we have 25 number and into the denominator 10 is there, so how many zeros are there? Those many numbers we have to count from the right side. From the right side we have to count, or we can say we have to count the numbers from the ones place. This is ones place, this is tens place. The place value of 5 is 1. That means it is 5 only. The place value of 2 is 20. So this is tens place. So we have to start counting from the ones place. So one number we have counted, and here we will put a point, a decimal point. Why? Because there is only one zero into the denominator. Now for example, if there are two zeros into the denominator, 25 in division 100 is there, then we have to count two numbers because there are two zeros here. So from the right side we will count one number and two numbers, so first and second. Now our numbers are over here, so we will put decimal point here and we will put 0 at the front. So it says that after after two numbers we have put the decimal point. Similarly, if we have 25 in division with 1000, now into the denominator 3 zeros are there. So first we will write 25 and then we will count the numbers. We need to count 3 numbers, whereas here we have 2 numbers. So we will add 1 zero at the front and we will make 3 numbers, and then we will put the decimal point, and at the front we will put one more zero. So that is how we will add 1 zero when we have less number compared to the zeros. Now let us understand this examples. That 325 is there, into the denominator 10 is there. 325 into the denominator 100. 325 into the denominator 1000. So here we have to count the numbers and put the decimals. So 325, and how many zeros are there into the denominator? 1 zero. So from the right we will count one number and we will put here decimal point. Then 325 here in the second example. We have two zeros here, so we will count two numbers from the right side, 1 and 2, and then we are putting here the decimal point. So 3.25. How we will read this number? 3.25 is the answer from this fraction. Here 32.5. 32.5 is the answer from this fraction. Now let us talk about this fraction. there are 3 zeros into the denominator. So 325. 1, 2 and 3. 3 numbers we counted. So here we will put point and we will put 0 at the front because we have to count 3 numbers. So now this number we can read as 0.325. At front and at the back, hundreds, thousands, numbers will remain same. But we have to check this point also, decimal point also. So we will name this number as 0.325, 3.25, 32.5. That is how we will read these 3 numbers. Now let us practice some of these fractions and convert them into the decimals. So here 35 in denominator, 10 is there. So first we will write this number 35 and then we will check how many zeros are there. So 1 zero is there, so we have to count one number from the right side and we will put here decimal point. So this number is 3.5. 3.5. Now the next is 87 in division, 100 is there. So first we will write this 87 and then we will count 2 numbers from the right side, 1 and 2. Here we will put decimal point and then since here there is no number left, we will put a 0. So this number is 0.87. 0.87. Then 5 in division with 1000. So first we will write here 5. We have to count 3 numbers as there are 3 zeros but we have only one number here. So 2 zeros we will add at the front. How many numbers we are lacking? 2 numbers. So we will add 2 zeros at the front and then we will put a decimal point. And since we have put here decimal point, 1 0 we need to add at the front. So this number is 0.005. 0.005. So that means 5 in denominator, 1000 is there because here 3 numbers we have counted. Then next, 66 in division, 1000 is there. So here first we will write 66 and then we have to count 1, 2 and 3 numbers. So here we have only 2 numbers. So we will add 1 0 because we have 2 numbers and we are lacking with 1 number. So we will add 1 0 here and then we will put decimal point here. So now we have 3 numbers with 3 zeros. So we have put point here and since we have put the point over there, we need to add 1 0 at the front. So how we will name this number or how we will call this number is 0.066. 0.066. Then next, 78 in division with 10. So 78 we will write. Then only 1 0 is there. So from the right side we will count one number and we will put point over here. So this number is 7.8. 7.8. Then next, 442 in division with 100. So first we will write this number and then 2 zeros are there. So from the right side we have to count 2 numbers, 1 and 2, and then we are putting point over here. So this is 4.42. 4.42. Now this were the fractions. We have converted them into the decimals. So now let us do the reverse process and check whether we have understood this concept or not. That means if these decimals have been given to you, then will you be able to write that into the fraction form or not? So now we have all these decimals, we have to convert them into the fractions. So how to convert them and how to convert them into their whole numbers in division with 10, 100 and 1000. So here first we have to check the number, that what is the number. So here number is 59. First ignore the zeros and decimals. First make sure you notice the number, that here number is 59. So first we will write 59 here. Then we have to write in denominator tens, hundreds or thousand are there or not. So here how many numbers we have counted and put the decimal. So 1 and 2. So after 2 numbers we have put the decimal point. After 2 number we have put the decimal points. That means 2 zeros will be there. and at the front we will add 1. Here after two numbers we have put the decimal point, that means into the denominator 100 will be there. If after one number we have kept a decimal point, then into the denominator 10 was there. Here let us check this number. So first ignore the zeros and points. First we will write 2 and then we have to check what will come into the denominator. So after how many numbers we have put the decimal point? So 1, 2 and 3. So we have counted 3 numbers and then after decimal point is there. So into the denominator 3 zeros will come. Into the denominator 3 zeros are come and 1000 will be there. Since here only 2 number is there and 2 number will cover only ones place. So tens place and 100 place we have to cover with the 2 zeros. So that 2 we have added. Those 2 zeros we have added here. Now the next. So let us write first the number, that 3, 4 and 8. Now we will check that how many zeros we need to put. So 1, 2 and 3. After that we have put here the decimal point. So 3. So into the denominator 1000 will be there. 3 zeros will be there and 1 will be there. That means 1000 will be there. 94.2. 94.2. So first we will write the number. First ignore the decimal points and zeros and first write the number. So here we will write the number, that 942. Now into the denominator. After 2 we have put the decimal point. So only one number we have counted here. Only one number. So into the decimal 10 will be there. Our next number is 0.742. So first let us write the number and ignore the decimal points. Now we will count that after how many numbers we have put the decimal point. So 1, 2 and 3. So into the denominator we will write 1000. Into the denominator we will write 1000. Now the next number is 28.56. 28.56. So here first ignore the decimals and 0 and first we will write the number, that 2856. So the total number is 2856. Now let us check that after how many numbers we have put the decimal point. So 1 and 2. So after 2 numbers our decimal point is there. So into the denominator 100 will come. Into the denominator 100 will come.